How's it going, Rogues Gallery, and welcome to another Gundam card game video here on Red Zone Rogue. Today, we have another Gundam card game deck tech video for you, featuring one of my favorite archetypes ever since Set 1, and one of my favorite just factions in all of the Gundam canon. We have red-green ZEON. That's right, this is kind of like your one-year war style deck, but instead of blue, we are running red to go all in on ZEON. This deck is extremely aggressive and makes use of the brand new Zeong from Gundam card game Set 4 Phantom Aria. It's really, really sweet. This deck is just a bunch of dudes, basically a bunch of Zakus and, ZEON stuff. So if you like the video and like what I do here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It genuinely helps and, pushes the Gundam card game content so more folks can see it and hopefully enjoy this excellent card game that we all love. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into our top down and talk about my Set 4 red-green Zeong deck. Let's do it. Alright, and before we get started, a couple quick words from our various sponsors. The first one is from Dragon Shield. Video actually isn't sponsored, but they did send me this really cool brand new deck box to kind of test out, along with several other in their new line. This is the Dragon Lock line. It's like a magnetic deck box, but it has like this metallic kind of like a locking system so that the cards don't fall out even though it is magnetized. It's just like extra safe. It also has like this window so you can kind of display the decks, and it all fits in this really cool thing. I do have an affiliate link with Dragon Shield in the description down below. You can type Rogue5 to get 5% off your Dragon Shield order. Hey, look, we have our custom. It's got to be custom sleeves. Anyway, let's get on with the rest of the video. I do also want to mention our own merch store as I kind of pull the deck out. redzonerogue.com if you'd like to pick up any of our custom sleeves or any of our excellent playmats. And then I always mention this, but I feel like I have to these days. No AI art now, no AI art ever. I always hire industry artists. Our Project Red Zone Mecha series, at least our debut series, is done by industry mecha artist Pinakis, who's in everything from Bravern to model kits. He's currently working on a light novel and a manga, like a Mecha Musume one. And he's in Arc Knight, Azure Lanes, a lot of stuff. So he's awesome. And I feel like this playmat really kind of hits home with the theme today, because we are talking about ZEON. So let's kind of go over our, I always like showing off the resources and the base. So this is our EX base. I need to get a ZEON themed one. Yes, I know this is Seed. I know. I'll get a ZEON one eventually. But we do have NYAAN, she is technically ZEON themed. So, and she is in our deck. And of course we have our full set of Char Aznable resources. Literally my favorite character in all of Gundam, and many people's favorite characters in all of Gundam. Char's fantastic. And then we have a bunch of tokens. We'll talk about the tokens when the time comes. All right, so let's talk about the deck. As always, I like to break up my deck in terms of pilot piles. I really feel like in the Gundam card game, you build your deck around your pilots. And our two pilots of choice here are Char Aznable, the Red Comet himself, and Mrs. War Crimes NYAAN. I guess Miss War Crimes NYAAN here. So let's go ahead and we'll talk about the pilots first. Now, of course, we have Char. He's excellent. He's just a really powerful, evasive pilot that also links up with a ton of really good units. Level 3 1 cost 1/1, burst add to hand, and then he's a ZEON new type. And on attack during this turn, he gets an additional +1 and also high maneuver if it's a link. Super good. Obviously, we're running the full set of your boy Char. And then NYAAN. I really like NYAAN as a ZEON pilot. So she's a level 4, 1 cost 1/2 ZEON new type. When linked, place the top card of our deck into our trash. If we place a ZEON or clan card with this effect, choose an enemy unit and deal 1 damage to it. We cannot miss with this deck. Literally every single card in this deck is either ZEON or clan. They're almost all ZEON. There's one clan card. It's the big G-Quux. But we're not running any commands. So this is just ZEON clan card, which includes pilots and includes bases. So we're not actually running any commands. This is all pilots, bases, and units, mostly units. So let's go ahead and we'll talk about the Char links first because, well, hey, it's the namesake of the deck, the Zeong here, Sig Zeong. So we have the new Zeong from Gundam Card Game Set 4. It's really, really powerful. This is one of the cards that I initially thought was going to be really good. And turns out, yes, it is very, very good because it just basically gives you 4 bodies in one. It's a level 6/5, costs 4/3, links with Char. It's Zeon, and when it's paired with any new type pilot, which does include NYAAN, which is kind of interesting, you deploy 2 2/1 tokens. That it cannot be paired with anything, but we don't care because we're not really going to pair our little wire guided arms. So we get 2 of these when we basically when we pair up any pilot to the Zeong. So we get 2 2/1s, and they're not rested or anything. You just get them in play, which is really, really nice. It's a lot of just a lot of bodies on the field. And then when it's destroyed, you get a rested. This one's rested. So when it's destroyed, you get a rested 3/1 Zeong head. And so the Zeong head is just the Zeong. It's just the Zeong head. This one is rested, but it's a 3/1. So essentially, you get a 4/3 and 2 2/1s when you pair a pilot here, and then when it dies, you get a 3/1 as well. So it's just super efficient, and it's just a really good way to just jam out and close out the game. And we're running a full 4 of the Zeong. It is super, super powerful. I honestly can't wait to see more of Char's late series mobile suits like the Sazabi. Really looking forward to that. Anyway, we are also running a suite of Char Zaku 2s. So we have basically we have the card advantage Zaku 2, and then we have the extra body Zaku 2. So this one is the starter deck LR, level 3, 2 cost, 3/2, links with Char, and then when it's destroyed at all, you look at the top 3 cards of your deck, and we can reveal a Zeon or Neo Zeon unit from among them, add it to our hand, and then put the rest on the bottom of the deck in any order. Yeah, this is really good. This is like one of our only card advantage engines in the deck. I really, really hope we get more in green and red, effects like this. But yeah, for the time being, it's really good, and it's just on destroy, so you don't need a link or anything. So obviously, this is a slam dunk 4 of in the deck. We're also running the Char Zaku 2. Like I said, this is the one that gives you an extra dude. During pair on destroyed, you get a rested Char Zaku 2 token. So we get one of these dudes when it is destroyed if it's paired. So once again, this is another unit that gives us another unit when it is destroyed. So very, very good. Other than that, pretty standard stats. Level 3, 2, cost 3/2, links with Char, and it's Zeon. So running the full Monty of these as well. All of the Zakus and Zeongs. So for NYAAN, we have you guessed it, GFRED and GQuack stuff. So we are running the big GQuack's Omega Psychon move. This is from set 3. Level 8, 7, costs 6/5. It links with Machu or NYAAN. So for us, NYAAN, this is our only clan card in the entire deck, but it doesn't matter because we still get the effect off of NYAAN even if we hit the GQuacks. And it just has suppression, and on deploy, choose an enemy unit and deal 3 damage to it. It's really, really solid. This is kind of like our top end. I've played a lot with this deck, and I found against certain cards in the meta or certain decks in the meta that can kind of like grind things out to a little bit of a later game. Having something like this is really, really good, especially one that can immediately just blast something for 3 and then has that suppression. With NYAAN, when you do the link, we're going to hit something for 4 or something for 3 and then something for 1. So we can really, really clear the board, clear the way, and hopefully get that suppression in so we can attempt to win the game. Running 3 copies of this, but it's just really, really good. And of course, if you link it up with NYAAN, it's a big ol' 7/7, which is pretty solid. We're also running just the regular LR GFRED, level 6. I guess I shouldn't say regular GFRED. It's the LR GFRED because we also have a more regular GFRED. Anyway, this is the level 6, 4 cost, 4/5. It links with NYAAN. This one is Zeon. So activate main once per turn. You can pay 1, and then you exile a pilot card in your trash and deal 1 damage to all enemy units. It's super, super powerful. And then when linked, during this turn, this unit may choose an active enemy unit with AP equal to or less than this unit as the attack target. Also, very, very good. I really like the GFRED we're running a full 4 of. If you can manage to get 2 GFREDs on the field, and then you can activate their abilities once each, 2 to their whole board, usually just completely destroys any any opposing aggro deck, which is quite good. And then finally for NYAAN, we have the regular GFRED. This is the common one. I have the alternate art one from the Gundam Assemble collection thing. Anyway, this is a level 4 2 cost 4/2. I love it when they do 4/2 4/2. Links with NYAAN. It's ZEON. This one has a burst, which is really sweet. If there are 3 or less enemy shields, deploy a rested 4/3 GFRED. We actually get a more powerful GFRED off of the burst, which I think is really funny. So here's the 4/3 GFRED token that we get off the GFRED. This card is really, really good in the aggro mirror. Because assuming we're like, trying to aggro our opponent down, largely ignoring their board, but trading when it makes sense to do so. If we can get this off of a burst when they're trying to get us down, this could actually make or break the game for us. I found like against aggro, usually it comes down to like, the last turn or so, both players are at really low shields, and getting an extra body off of it is really, really good. So yeah, I like this GFRED quite a bit. And obviously with NYAAN it becomes a 5/4, and yeah, it's pretty solid. All right, let's talk about the rest of the units, and that's gonna make up most of the rest of the deck. So first up we have your set 1 Rickdom. I love this card ever since set 1. Level 3 2 cost 3/3 with breach 2. It's really good. Essentially you more or less want to breach your opponent when they already have shields down or bases down, so you can just breach directly into their shields, which is really, really good. Keep in mind you cannot win with breach. If they have 0 shields, you cannot like do the final blow with breach, but you can actually help get there. And I really like this card. I've found that a lot of people hate this card, or rather they focus fire it a lot of the times when I play it out. So the Rickdom draws a lot of removal. And then we have a whole bunch of what I would call grunts. Technically, I guess this Zaku 2 is not really a grunt, but we're running a bunch of grunts. What is a grunt? Well, a grunt for me is a level 2 1 cost 2/2. Some people call them bears. I don't know what other people might call them, but for me, it's a grunt because that makes sense with Gundam lore. So anyway, we're running a bunch of them. So here we have the Zaku Mariner. It's a red 2/2 Zeon Zaku. Yep, we're running only 3 of these. Then we're running just regular Zaku 2. This is just the common grunt Zaku. Yeah, he's cool. We're running a full 4 of those. And then finally we got this Zaku 2, which is technically not a grunt. It has an effect. I like this one quite a bit. Level 2 1 cost 1/2 on attack. It gets plus 2 AP during the turn. Really good. Really good at either trading into like pesky blockers or like Rick Diaz or something like that, or really good at just busting your opponent's EX base. And yes, we're running the full 4 of this Zaku 2. And then finally, we have our base, and I'm testing out a Boaku. I think his base is like rad. I think his base is super cool. 1, extremely flavorful. 2, really, really backbreaking in an aggro mirror once again, and maybe even sometimes not an aggro mirror. So let's talk about this one does. It's a level 5 1 cost 0/5 base. On burst, you deploy it, and then on deploy, add one of your shields to your hand. Then while you have a rested ZEON unit in play, this base can't receive battle damage from enemy units that are level 4 and lower. Now, think how many units that are level 4 that you see in the Gundam card game right now in the meta. It's a ton. Everything from, RX-78-2 LR starter deck to the Draw Barbatos to, a ton of stuff. Absolutely ton of stuff. So when you're facing against an opposing deck that is like an aggro deck or even like a mid-range deck, and you get this off of burst early, and you have a bunch of like your just annoying Zakus, especially a lot of the ones that also just poop out dudes when they die, it makes it really annoying for your opponent to actually, hit your life. They have to deal with your ZEON stuff first, and as you saw, everything is ZEON with the exception of the G-Quux here. So this is an extremely powerful base. We can really just go face and attack with impunity, especially if we already have one of these in hand and we know we can play it a little bit later. Just jam out a bunch of our dudes and just smash our opponent as much as we can, and we can play the Boaku, and it's really hard for them to deal with us. And if they're able to stabilize, our deck actually has some mid and late game to kind of like close it out. We're not all just early game like grunts and stuff. We can actually close it out with stuff like the G-Quux, GFRED, or the ZEON. I think the deck works really, really well. It is just an aggro deck, and I would say if you want to build this deck try it out, and then tailor it to your own liking. Obviously, you can swap out the red and then just put in Amuro and then do 1 year war. You can do that, sure. I don't want to do that. I want to do something that I think is a little bit more fun, at least for me. Get to play with a little bit of different cards. We will have an Amuro deck coming up soon. It is my my pet deck. It is a mid-range red-blue, kind of like a burn new type style deck. It's the same archetype that I've played every single release so far. So if you want to see like my take on like an Amuro deck, we'll have that soon. But I like this. I like this. I think Red Green ZEON is super fun. I think it's pretty solid. I think it's worth trying out. So yeah, absolutely give it a shot. And once again, if you want to be like super hyper competitive, you might just take out the red and then just put in blue and Amuro and stuff. But hey, if you want to, if you're a ZEON boy like me, try it out. I'd say give it a shot and maybe use this as like a template and like tweak it as you see fit. There's a lot of other stuff you can add in. There's like Gelgoogs. I've actually cut, as you saw, I cut Char's Gelgoog completely in favor of more just like low level stuff, and then we have our mid and top end. So yeah, that's the deck here. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. Like I said, I think it's really fun, and we get a nice little combination of new and old with your boy Char and NYAAN here. So thanks again, everyone. I really appreciate you for being here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for a lot more Gundam card game content here on Red Zone Rogue. And yeah, thank you again. See you later.